You know how many people we have in our districts that work hard every weekend? It's maybe a part-time job. They may make $200 a weekend. They don't have to pay taxes on that. That's going to be a huge boost to their family budget. No tax on overtime. Again, we're giving credit to those people who are willing to go out and work the extra hours to make ends meet. No tax on overtime is a tax for the working person in this country. No tax on a car loan interest. I mean, there's a lot of tax cuts for everyday Americans, and the other side just wants to keep talking like it's only for billionaires. I'll guarantee you there's a lot more voters who are everyday Americans than there are billionaires.
Well, we have a huge update and a huge vote tonight for Trump's big, beautiful tax bill. And right now, the only people holding this out is RINO Republicans. What the hell is going on with these Republicans? GOP holdouts have tanked Trump's big, beautiful bill in a House committee vote. They're going to go through it again tonight. But there is a huge trap here that has been set. And all eyes are on these Republicans because the term primaried is now being thrown around if this vote does not go through to get Trump's tax big, beautiful bill in front of Congress. Now, here we go. So Speaker Mike Johnson has now I get it. Now I know why Trump has kept Speaker Mike Johnson around. He's trapped him. He's trapped. And now Speaker Mike Johnson is doing all the work that he can to make sure that we get this bill and we get these tax cuts. And we're talking about historic tax cuts. I'm going to show you exactly in 1 second. But here's Speaker Mike Johnson. He says, "We are working around the clock to pass President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It's a once-in-a-generation opportunity to deliver tangible relief for everyday American people. Historic tax relief, largest investment in border security in a generation, historic spending cuts, restoring American energy dominance, and strengthening Medicaid and SNAP for the Americans who need and deserve them." That's what this bill is all about. Now, there is way more that this bill is going to bring out. We're finally going to get no tax on tips, no taxes on Social Security, no taxes on overtime, renew of Trump's 2017 tax cuts that were really good. Of course, here we go. Tax cuts for Made in America. Any company that comes in and makes their products in America, it's a huge benefit for them. Failure is not an option. Get the job done. Why and who's holding this back? Well, before I go and play to you what it is that Speaker Mike Johnson is doing now, because Speaker Mike Johnson is all in. He wants to make this happen. He's been trapped. But now the trap has been set for these RINO Republicans, for the world to see exactly who they are and why they are not voting for this. So here we go. Why are the GOP holding out?
Let's bring in Texas Republican Congressman Brian Babin. Congressman Babin, so there's going to be another vote tonight. This thing didn't get out of committee, and it was in part thanks to your fellow Republicans who don't like the contents of President Trump's.
Why wouldn't Republicans want to vote for this? Why?
So-called big, beautiful bill. What do you think the chances are that something gets fixed by tomorrow night?
Well, I'm hoping. That's all I can tell you. I'm very prayerful, very hopeful. We've got an opportunity now, the opportunity of a lifetime, basically. And I hope we don't squander this thing. I think we need to close ranks. I know there's some questions. I have questions myself, but not everyone is going to get everything they want out of this. And of course, the downgrading of our U.S. credit rating by Moody's in the last 24, 48 hours is not helping things either. But this is something we've known for many, many years. Rising debt, interest payments exploding, bloated entitlements. It's absolutely unsustainable. We know that. But this didn't happen overnight. This has been going on for many decades. And this bill isn't perfect, John, but I'll tell you, it moves the ball down the field. And let me tell you, that's more than Washington's done in a generation. For the first time in nearly 30 years, Congress is delivering a serious package of mandatory spending cuts, $1.6 trillion to be exact. We can't afford to delay this thing anymore. It's time to.
Yeah, they've been forced now by Trump to stop delaying this tax bill. And again, here we go. Let's listen to, the tone and the message coming in from, Speaker Mike Johnson, who's been pretty much forced.
We're on track, working around the clock to deliver this nation-shaping legislation for the American people as soon as possible. Look, all 11 of our committees have wrapped up their work, and they spent less and saved more than even we projected initially. This really is once-in-a-generation opportunity that we have here. So you heard there the update. The Budget Committee will reconvene this evening. They'll get that through the committee, and the plan is to move it to the Rules Committee by midweek and to the House floor by the end of the week. So we meet our original Memorial Day deadline. Now, look, Shannon, it's very important for everybody to understand why we're being so aggressive on the timetable and why this really is so important. This is the vehicle through which we will deliver on the mandate that the American people gave us in the last election. You're going to have historic savings for the American people, historic tax relief for American workers, historic investments in border security, at the same time that we're restoring American energy dominance, and we're rebuilding the defense industrial base, and we're ensuring that programs like Medicaid and SNAP are strengthened for the U.S. citizens who need and deserve them, and not.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you got people like AOC coming out and saying that Trump wants to cut Medicaid. He wants to take away these benefits for everyday Americans that need it. But that's not true. Trump's tax bill is going to strengthen that. But then, who really wants to do that? It's these RINO Republicans. These RINO Republicans are really giving Trump a hard time on this bill, which is why you guys got to stay up to date with these RINO senators and these Republicans who legitimately are giving Trump this hard time and giving you a hard time, because it's not even about Trump at this point. It's about what we deserve and what we voted for. No taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security, no taxes on overtime. Like, we voted for this. This is one of the main things that made a lot of independents vote for this. And then you got now these Republicans making it hard for this to come around.
Being squandered away by illegal aliens and persons who are ineligible to receive them and are cheating the system. And look, the tax cuts, is critical. We're going to make the 2017 tax cuts permanent. We're going to eliminate taxes on overtime and tips, as the president promised. New tax relief for seniors on Social Security. And we're going to cut taxes on job creators. So that will help everybody across the country, at the same time as incentivizing American-made production and manufacturing. This is a big thing. We cannot fail, and we'll get it done for the American people.
Get it done. Get it done. The trap has been set. Get it done. We are very close to making this happen. This is going to be historic. It's going to be one of the best times in American history.
So these are the tax priorities of the Trump administration that the president has laid out for members in that meeting today. No tax on tips, which is obviously a very public campaign promise that the president made. No tax on seniors' Social Security. No tax on overtime pay, renewing President Trump's 2017 middle-class tax cuts. Again, these are the president's priorities. Adjusting the SALT cap, eliminate all the special tax breaks for billionaire sports team owners, close the carried interest tax deduction loophole, tax cuts for Made in America products. This will be the largest tax cut in history for middle-class working Americans. The president is committed to working with Congress to get this done. So these.
Yep. Historic is not even a word, man. It's a lot going on. But here we go. This is pretty much what this bill is.
And I hear the other side saying that these are tax cuts for the billionaires and the rich. Well, if you go to pages around 759, you got no tax on tips. You know how many people we have in our districts that work hard every weekend? It's maybe a part-time job. They may make $200 a weekend. They don't have to pay taxes on that. That's going to be a huge boost to their family budget. No tax on overtime. Again, we're giving credit to those people who are willing to go out and work the extra hours to make ends meet. No tax on overtime is a tax for the working person in this country. No tax on a car loan interest. I mean, there's a lot of tax cuts for everyday Americans. And the other side just wants to keep talking like it's only for billionaires. I'll guarantee you there's a lot more voters who are everyday Americans than there are billionaires.
Yep, and they can't wait for this to happen. I can't wait for this to come true. You know, we've already gotten a lot of great news. Trump has brought back trillions of dollars during his Middle Eastern trip, right? Trump is, I think he's killing it right now. He's killing it as far as finding peace, and as far as, changing the way presidents have dealt with the Middle East or dealt with domestic issues by closing the border and doing all these things that are very beneficial. But this right here, this is what people are more excited about, because when this happens, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be historic. But right now, the only people in the way of this are Republicans. We have the House, we have the Senate. A lot of people voted for this exact thing. It's going to benefit everyday Americans that struggle to keep food on the table, to keep money on the table, money in their pockets. This will benefit them. And unfortunately, we're just seeing this prolonged by Democrats. I mean, but not, I wish it was by Republicans. Meanwhile, Democrats are trying their best to make this tax bill seem like it's all for the rich, when in reality, it's not. So yeah, that's my update about Trump's genius tax cuts and how Republicans have now been ambushed to vote on this. Make sure to smash the like button, guys.